So this is about the Oryctolagus. Actually, this Oryctolagus belongs to the order Lagomorpha. Order Lagomorpha is the order mainly consists of rabbit. You can see that the important characters here. You can see that this is the Lagomorpha. Lagomorpha mainly include different types of rabbit. Rabbit is the so there are two families in this Lagomorpha. One is Leporidae. Leporidae means rabbit and hare, and second order is second family is Ocotonidae. This is known as the picas. This is the animal known as the pica. Actually, this is a North American animal, and this one's a pica. So these are the two different groups of animals which are coming under the Lagomorpha. Okay, so in this order we are mainly focusing on this species, that is the European rabbit, otherwise known by the name Oryctolagus cuniculus, or there is another name for this. Popular name is known as a corny. So scientific name is Oryctolagus cuniculus. The importance of this species is that this is mainly used in laboratory studies, because if you want to test some medicine, most of the time these medicines are experimented in lower animals like a rat or rabbit, then monkey. First they will introduce a drug in a rat, then in a rabbit, then finally then later stage in a monkey, and after that only the medicine will be tested in a human being. So this is that is the importance, and a rabbit is also an important food animal. So the native habitat of this species, or Oryctolagus cuniculus, here you can find, and Oryctolagus cuniculus, and a picture of this Oryctolagus cuniculus is here. I will show you this Oryctolagus. So that is popularly known by the name corny. Then they are present in Portugal, Spain, and Western France. Even in our Kerala, the common white rabbit, that is actually Oryctolagus cuniculus, because it has been imported from Europe, from any of these countries, and it is also native to the northwest Africa, like Morocco and Algeria, about which Europe has some connection. Now, in other parts of the world, it has been widely introduced. That is why this species of rabbit is also present in Kerala and in other parts of India, because Europeans bought it here. And it is known as an invasive species. Invasive means it will be spreading very fast, because this rabbit has no natural enemies here, and it will be competing with our native rabbit or hare. And so it is present in almost all the continents except Antarctica. So in many parts of the world it is considered to be a pest, because it will be attacking the agricultural plants and feeding on that, and because of that it is generally considered as a pest in many parts of the world. Then the European rabbit is well known for digging network of burrows called warrens, because because it is a burrow making animal where it spends most of the time and not feeding. I will show you some picture of this Oryctolagus. Here you may be able to see some burrows of this animal. See, this is how these are the type of burrows it will be making. See, here you can see that. So they will be making these sort of burrows here, and inside these burrows they are mostly living. So that is their habit, and because of this burrow making habit, they can damage the agricultural plants a lot. So that is why farmers consider it as an invasive or a pest species. So that is one important feature of it. And European rabbit exhibit great variation in color, from light sandy to dark gray, then completely black. That also I will show you. There are different color varieties of See here you can see that this is a very good example. See here you can see that this rabbit can be present in different colors. Some may be white, some may be entirely black. So usually this is the earthy brown color, then some may be ash. So different color varieties of the same species are available, but they all belong to the same species known by the name Oryctolagus cuniculus. Then another peculiarity is that it is a gregarious animal. Gregarious animal means here you can see in this picture, they will be living in group. So animals which are living in a social group are known as a gregarious animal. So these animals, that is one important, and which lives in a stable social group centered around females sharing access to one or more burrow system, because most of the time this Oryctolagus will be living in this kind of burrows, and usually the burrows are actually under the control of some dominant female member, and the society will be therefore centered around that particular. For example, if this rabbit, if it is a female rabbit, it is controlling this burrow. That burrow is belonging to that rabbit. So the animals or babies living in that will be usually babies are related to that female rabbit. So a female centric or female centered type of social organization is exhibited by this group of animal. So that is the nature of this group of animal or gregarious. Regarding the social or nature, is mainly a female centric type of social system. Then you can see that different color varieties are there. They are capable of digging lot of network of burrows, which can create lot of problem for agriculture. So this is an idea regarding the features of Oryctolagus or the Coney or the European rabbit. The native place of this European rabbit are the Portugal, France, Spain, Morocco and Algeria. In other parts it has been introduced by the Europeans. Now the second animal that we have to study is Hystrix. Now in the use of Hystrix, Hystrix is actually belonging to the order Rodentia. Rodentia. I will show you the features of Rodentia. So if you go to the Rodentia, here you can see that. So the order Rodentia, here you can see that they all belong, they are popularly known by the name rodents. So they are the rodent. Here you can see the popular name is that it's coming from the word rodere. Rodere means to gnaw. Karalaga, that's the meaning of the word gnaw. These are mammals of the order Rodentia, and they are characterized by a single pair of continuously growing incisors. If you look at the front teeth, and the front teeth are known as the incisor teeth. And in the use of these rodents, especially the rats, etc., they will be mainly feeding by gnawing. Gnawing is the, or by continue. Then, and for that they need this incisor teeth. So without this incisor teeth, they will not be able to cut or gnaw on anything. So in this group of animals, this incisor teeth will be growing continuously. So that is one feature of the Rodentia. And here you can also see another, about 40% of the all mammal species are rodents. So there are different types of mammals, out of that 40%. So it's a very large group. So they are native to all major land masses except Antarctica, because Antarctica is too cold. This is a mammal. Unless it is had some cold adaptation, animal may not be able to live there. So except Antarctica, these animals are present in almost all the continents of the world, and except some several oceanic islands. In oceanic islands, they may not be able to reach, but human beings have introduced these rodents in many oceanic islands, because in the earlier time, ships are the main means of transport. When ship is porting into one island, if there is any rat, the rat will be entering into the island. So this is the nature of the Rodentia. There are different groups of animal. Here you can see that rodentia, the important types of animals which are coming under the rodentia. These are the animal, like mice will be there. So mice is there, then rats are there. See, you can see the mice and rats are closely related. Then squirrels are there. Here you can see that prairie dogs. This is a prairie dog. Then porcupine. This is porcupine. Then beavers and guinea pigs. This is the guinea pig. Then hamster. This is the hamster and rabbit and hare. Then pikas. So they all belonging to the order rodent. Now these two have, I think earlier this rabbit was placed in another order, Lagomorpha. I think now it has been merged with the rodentia. That is why Wikipedia is showing it like that. So this is the order to which the hystrix will be belonging, and hystrix is popularly known by the name porcupine. So we will see what are the important features of this animal known as porcupine. They are large rodents. Large rodents means rodents are generally smaller animal, like rat sized animal, and with a coat of sharp and pointed spines. They have a very sharp pointed spines will be there. Here you can see that. So these are the sharp pointed spines of hystrix. Then and this is also known by the name quills. So this is the name of these spines are also known by the name quills. Then another, they protect them against predator. That is the purpose of this porcupine. Why porcupine is showing such a long spines is that it is an attempt by the porcupine to protect it from the predator, because if a leopard or a tiger is coming to attack this animal, seeing a lot of larger long pointed spines, most of the time tiger or leopard will not touch it because they will be afraid of the spines. So, and because of the presence of spines, they won't get any area to actually bite on the animal. So that is another reason why animal is having long pointed spines or quills. So it is an adaptation for protection from enemies. Then here you can see that herbivorous rodents are active from early evening to dawn, early evening to the dawn. That is the nature of this animal. Then all have short, stocky legs. The legs are very small. You can see that, and very thick legs are there. But their tail ranges from short to long, with some being prehensile. Tail in some of the porcupines are prehensile. Prehensile means we can hold like this. That is the nature of the prehensile tail. The porcupines are generally considered to throw its quills or spine, but there is no such feature. They cannot throw its spines on any other animal, but they detach easily and remain embedded in an attacker. For example, if the animal is vibrating its back or abdomen, the spines are very loosely attached. And if spines fall on the body of a lion, of a leopard or a tiger, the spines may remain in the skin for a long time. So that is the peculiarity of the spines or quills of the porcupine. And regarding the nature, they are solitary. Solitary means they are mostly living as a single individual. They don't live in groups or in pair. Most of the time they will be living alone as single group. And rarely they will be living in groups also. That is the regarding the social organization. And here you can see their muscle. Muscle is actually the front part of the body. This is the muscle. This muscle is actually round and large. They have a large round muscle. The front of the mouth is known by the name, front pointed portion of the mouth is known by the name muscle. Then most porcupines are 60 to 90 centimeter length, that is 2 feet to 3 feet. Not so small, up to this much size, a size of a small dog. with the 25 to 20 to 25 centimeter long tail. Tail also is nearly 1 feet in length, and their weight is around 5 kilogram to 16 kilogram, and they are rounded, large and slow, and use aposematic strategy. Aposematic strategy, I will tell you how this aposematic strategy is actually working. See, aposematic is it's actually a warning coloration. That is why, see, these rodents are having this spines. You can see that the spines are also very prominently or noticeably colored. So that if animal has some experience, a predator has some experience with this porcupine once, it will be able to remember another species of porcupine very easily. That is why most of the poisonous animals are always very brightly colored. In most species you can see that poisonous animals are usually very brightly colored, because the reason is that poison is not easy to produce. It's very costly for the animal, lot of energy is needed. The same here, these spines are also very costly, very expensive or energy intensive, and a lot of energy, a lot of resources should be spent on the development of these long spines. So that if the spines are this kind of attractively colored, predators may be able to remember this animal very easily. So it will not be attacking other members of the same species. So that is the purpose of aposematic strategy or warning coloration. So aposematic strategy is known as a warning coloration. Then it is mostly a nocturnal animal. You know what is a nocturnal animal? Animal which is mostly active during night time is known as a nocturnal animal, but will sometimes forage for food in the day. Forage means feed. They look for food. There is that activity, looking for food. That activity is known as foraging. And eating bark, roots, fruits, berries, etc., as well as farm crops. Here you can see that it is a herbivorous animal, not a carnivorous. So it's mainly feeding on plant or plant products, either fruits, berries, or roots, etc. So that is the nature of this animal. Here you can see the tail of this animal, and so this is the it's not a very small animal, but it can also climb, and sometimes tails are prehensile, and that climbing or holding type of tail can also help in climbing also. So that is the nature of this animal known as hystrix, also known by the name porcupine. It's a very shy animal basically. So in order to protect itself from enemies or other predators, it has a body covering with the long spines, and the spines are also warningly colored. Now we move to the next one, that is Orycteropus. Orycteropus. Orycteropus is actually belonging to the order. Here you can see that Orycteropus is belonging to the order known as Tubulidendata. I will show you the characteristics of Tubulidendata. So Tubulidendata, here you can see that this is the Tubulidendata. Aardvark, the popular name of the animals coming in this order is known as Aardvark. Here you can see that Tubulidendata. Here we have to study one example. That example that we have to study is the Orycteropus. Here you can see that Orycteropus eifer, the popular name is known as Aardvark. Aardvark. They are a somewhat larger animal, burrowing and also nocturnal mammal, and are mainly present in African countries. Here you can see that the nature is that they have a long snout. This is known as a snout. Snout will be long and similar to that of a pig. So there is some kind of similarity, and they are also there are some other species also like I think there is a name called earth pig or some kind of name is also given for that, earth pig or something, because of that there is a similarity with the pig. So it is also it's a very common animal in Africa, so not a endangered. It's a animal concern or least concern. That is, it's very common in different areas of Africa. Then we will see they are barely able to create burrows. So burrow, living in burrow, that is the nature. Then here you can see that coming to the features of this Oryctopteropus. Oryctopteropus is a medium-sized burrowing and nocturnal animal and are mainly present in Africa. This is the animal. So you can see that the mouth is long and snout is long and tubular with the tip almost like the tip of a pig mouth. So that is the nature of that. So then it has a long pig-like snout which is used to sniff out food. See here you can see that. So the mouth, that snout or mouth is mainly used for sniffing. Sniffing means smelling. That process is known as sniffing. Sniff out food. It roams over most of the southern two-thirds of African continent. Southern Africa is a very large continent. Out of that, in majority of the countries, nearly in 75% of the African continent, you can find this aardvark or Oryctopteropus, and avoiding area that are mainly in rocky, except in rocky area in major portion of Africa, especially in southern portion of Africa, we can find this aardvark. Then it is a nocturnal feeder. Nocturnal feeder means active during night, and subsist means feed primarily on ants and termite. They are mainly feeding on ants and termite, which it will dig out of the hills using their sharp claws and powerful legs. So their legs are very here you can see that their legs are very strong, and using that powerful legs and also because of the presence of sniffing mouth, they will be able to detect the presence of these ants and termites very easily. So they are primarily feeding on this ants and termite, which it will dig out using their sharp claws and powerful legs. It also digs to create burrows in which it live and rear its young. Maybe I will show you a picture of that burrows of this aardvark, so we have an idea. Maybe somewhere here there will be a picture. So where is it? There is. See. Okay, so this kind of burrow it is making. See, this is the type of burrow it is making. So this kind of burrow are produced by this animal. So these are the features of this animal, and they are inside this burrow animal will be living mainly. So then aardvark is not closely related with South American anteater. There is no close, despite sharing same characteristics and superficial resemblance. There is a South American anteater. I will show you the South American anteater also. So if we look at this South American anteater, see this is the South American anteater. See, so if we look at this animal, on the first look you may see that both are all belonging to same group, but actually South American anteater is another group. There is no similarity between them. This is also feeding on ants, and because of the similar type of feeding habit, similar type of living habit, they have evolved the same kind of body shape. That feature is known by the name convergent evolution. That is known as a convergent evolution. I will show you other examples of convergent evolution. Two different types of animals. are showing similar type of morphology or similar type of body shapes, then we call it by the name convergent evolution. See, here you can find that these are all examples of convergent evolution. This is a dolphin and this is the platypus. Both are actually swimming in water, and because of that their body shape is same. So that kind of nature, here you can find that this is another case, whereas the body shape of a dolphin, body shape of a shark, and body shape of a fossil reptile are all similar because they are all living in water. So when a group of when a animal is living in water, it will be developing characteristics or adaptation suitable for that. So here also we are seeing the same kind of feature. The South American anteater as well as the African aardvark are having same kind of living and feeding habits, and because of that their shapes are also similar. Now evolutionarily their closest relative are aardvark are elephant shrews. Elephant shrew, I will show you the picture. So this is the elephant shrew. You can see that this animal is known as the elephant shrew. See, this is the elephant shrew. So it's a small animal living in Africa, an insectivorous mammal, and this is the closest relative of this aardvark. Then tenrex and golden tenrex also I can show you. These are small animals, unpopular, not tenrex. See, these are the tenrex. Okay. Then golden moles. So these kind of animals are the common relatives of evolutionary relatives of this animal known by the name. These are the golden moles. So these are the closest living species of Archaeopteropus. Then its body is snout. Snout means very large and strong, with a prominently arched back. See, here you can see that the back is in an arch shape. That is the name. So the body is prominently arch shape, and sparsely. Sparsely means thinly covered with coarse hair. The body is thinly or loosely covered with a long coarse hair, and limbs are of moderate length. Limbs means this foreleg as well as hind leg. They are sometimes of medium length, with rear legs being longer than forelegs. So in many animals it is like that. The back leg or posterior leg will be always sometimes longer than the front legs. Here in this case also rear leg is slightly longer than foreleg. Then and the other features is that aardvark can live up to 23 years in captivity, and it is keen and hearing warns it of predator, lion, leopard, cheetah, African wild dog, hyena and python. Because in Africa these are the common predator, lion, leopard, cheetah, etc. And it has a very keen sense of hearing. So that approach of this predator, it can detect very easily. And it is a nocturnal and solitary animal. Solitary means living alone, and feeds almost exclusively on ants and termites. And that nature is known as myrmecophage. Myrmeco means ant. So group of animals which are eating primarily ants are known as the myrmecophagous animal. So ants are, this aardvark is a myrmecophagous animal. Then the only fruit eaten by aardvark is a type of cucumber. Other than that, it is not eating any other type of vegetables. And due to the stringent diet requirements, they require large range to survive. Because one problem is that they are feeding on ants and termites. So if ant and termite colonies are not available, they will not be able to survive there. So that is the problem of this aardvark. Because they have a very selective type of habitat. So this is an idea regarding the different types of mammals that we have to study in our syllabus. Then